Ahmedabad is the city that I have loved the most amongst all the cities that I have lived in so far. And today I'll bring to you stories from Ahmedabad through spending a day in the city. Join me in this journey. I did the first heritage walk of my life in Ahmedabad, and that's exactly what I recommend to you also. Start your morning not by breakfast, but by doing this heritage walk. It starts really early in the morning at around 6 am from Swaminarayan temple. You need to book this in advance though. Now, this walk is about 2 hours long, and you'll see a lot of old Ahmedabad in this walk. You'll walk through the old area of Ahmedabad, which is the old residential area, see a lot of beautiful Jain temples, see a lot of places and events which shaped up Ahmedabad to what it is today. It's really very good. One of the best walks on heritage that I've done anywhere in the world. Now, once you finish this walk, the next destination is actually your food destination. Have Fafra Jalebi somewhere in the old city on a street shop. It's not exactly very healthy, but it's very tasty. You should definitely have it. Now, done with food, you have to walk a little bit. I'll send you to a mosque. It's perhaps one of the most interesting and one of the most famous mosques of Ahmedabad. It's called as the Sidi Sayyid Mosque. This mosque is famous for its jalis, and one of the jalis actually gives the logo of I Am Ahmedabad. Go there, spend some time. If it's not prayer time, so you can actually walk inside the mosque, take pictures. Even women are allowed inside the mosque. So it's quite a good place. After this, it's time for food again. So your morning was pretty hectic, walking around a lot, right? So I'm gonna give you a lunch break pretty quickly after your breakfast break. For lunch, I recommend crossing over the river from Sidi Sayyid Mosque and going to my favorite lunch place. It's called Swati Snacks. Now Swati Snacks became my favorite place during my NID days when I was a student in the city. It's not exactly cheap food, but it's really tasty food at an affordable price. Go there, have your lunch there. Lunch is not going to be very heavy, it's going to be light lunch, but it's going to be Gujarati, Maharashtrian mixed kind of food. It's very good, you should try it. Now, once you're done with food, the next most important place, which actually defines Ahmedabad in the last century, is actually Gandhi's presence here. So, I'm going to send you to Gandhi's ashram, the Sabarmati ashram. It's located a little far from Swati Snack, so you need to take an auto rickshaw to reach there. Go there, afternoons are perhaps the best times because less number of people come there. It's also a cooler place in the afternoons, so you can walk around into the ashram, go to the memorial which is presented there. You can go to the kutir where Gandhi actually stayed also. There's a lot of history to be discovered in this place. Post Gandhi ashram, I'm going to send you to a very old Jain temple. It's a temple called Hati Singh Temple. In my opinion, it's the most intricate, it's the most elaborate Jain temple in the city. It's made with yellow sandstone. It reminds me a lot of actually Chittorgarh. There's a Vijay Stamp just like Chittorgarh here as well. And with request, you can actually be allowed inside also. That's what I managed. It's a good place to go. And after that, you must come back towards Swati Snacks. Yes, I'm sending you back there. And do some shopping. Now, the best place for Ahmedabad shopping, street shopping actually, is an area called Law Garden Road. Now, Law Garden as a garden is really popular for couples as well as people who take a walk. But just outside the garden, there's this huge lane where you can buy Gujarati stuff. Now, when I say Gujarati, it's actually a lot of Kutchi stuff. And it's a market primarily driven towards women. Though maybe in a shop or two, you can find something for men also, like perhaps a shirt or a cameo. With that, we are ready for starting our evening. Now, evenings in Ahmedabad are actually quite pleasant. So we'll spend most of our time out in the open. Let's start our evening with coffee, of course. For that, I'll recommend to you Natrani Cafe. Now, this cafe is actually run by Sarabhai's. It's also next to her auditorium, which is right next to Sabarmati River. So if you do get time, attend one of the performances there. But at least have some coffee. The coffee is really good. After coffee, it's time to enjoy something which Modi did to the city, which completely transformed the way it looks. It's the riverfront for Sabarmati. It's there on both sides of the river and you can pick up any patch for a walk. Right now it's a little bland, but the plan is to have a lot of graffiti work on the walls. But even without all of that, it's a pleasure walk. As the sun sets, it's great to be near the river, take some good pictures, enjoy some water. You can't do a boat ride though yet, but it's quite a good experience to be there. Now, as you're done with the walk, I recommend crossing over to the other side of the river, to the old side of the river on foot, and going towards the house of MG. Now, that's an old heritage building which has been converted into a hotel cum restaurant, and have your dinner there. My recommendation amongst all the restaurants there is Agashi. Now, Agashi serves Gujarati thali on the rooftop. It's a really nice experience. The food is really good. It's expensive, I agree, but it's worth the money. So do go there, enjoy your Gujarati thali. After the thali, there's a lot of food in your stomach. So I'm sure you're ready for a little bit of walk again. And I'll send you to the old part of city towards Manek Chowk. In the night, Manek Chowk completely transforms. In the daytime, it's a busy market area, but in the night, it's a food area. This is where the real nightlife of Ahmedabad happens. This is where all the foodies gather. It starts at around 8 in the evening and goes on till about 2 in the night. It's a great place to meet friends, eat food. I'm going to send you there for ice cream. The most famous ice cream there is called Asharfi ice cream, and no visit to Ahmedabad is complete without that ice cream. Kulfi actually. So have that, have chai if you want later on, and you're done with the day. It was a real difficult task for me to pick some of these places to spend a day in Ahmedabad. I had to leave out some really good places like Sarkej Roza, Adalaj Nebab, but maybe there's a time for a different video on these places just by themselves. I hope you liked my video on Ahmedabad, and when you go to Ahmedabad next time, you'll be able to experience some of these things by yourself there. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, leave me a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel to see videos like these every single day. For now, it's a ciao.